Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Mastermind Millennial channel. My name is EJ, and I gotta get something off my chest. Alright, here we go. Alright, what's not in the news? This is what I'm going to talk about. 120 people killed, 140 homes destroyed by Nigerian Fulani, an extremist Islamic or fake Islamic militant group, since February of this year. Last Monday, March 11th, this Fulani group killed 52 Nigerian Christians. And that went largely unnoticed, okay? Why is it not in the news? That's the question. Who knows? But let me take a guess. Stories that reveal genocide towards Christians don't meet the mainstream media narrative, right? Christians are dying at the hands of fake religious people. This Fulani group, Boko Haram, ISIS, they are not religious people. They are cultists using religion to do whatever the heck they think is right. I'm sorry. They are not adherents to anybody's faith except whatever faith they make up. Okay? Also, in the mainstream media of the United States, Christians are often shown as being radical or crazy or just out of touch. So when you have a storyline from extremists who call themselves Muslims, and then you have painted Muslims as adherents to a peaceful faith, and then there's an incident where this peaceful faith is committing mass genocide, that doesn't fit your narrative. Now let's clean this up, because Fulani, they are not Muslim. They're not under the umbrella of Islam. They're a sect. They are liars, okay? I don't believe any true Muslim would commit genocide, the way that groups like Boko Haram and Fulani are doing. It's just ridiculous. And yet the media likes to play these games. You mean to tell me that the 52 people that died at the hands of this extremist militant group are less important than the 49 people that died by the nationalists in New Zealand? What is the difference? Because it seems to me that 52 is larger than 49. Oh, it's 50 now. Guess what? 52 people killed in a single day is still more than the 50 killed in New Zealand. But the 52 are not on the news. And isn't it surprising that these people are of color from the great continent of Africa are getting no play? It's a sad event. I'm sorry. It's just sad. It's hypocritical. And if I believed in all this race baiting, I would say it's racist. I don't think it's racist. I just think the mainstream media won't touch it because it doesn't fit their narrative. Alright? Whew. Anyway. What else can I say? I mean, there's a lot. If you look into this story, just look it up, okay? Look up Fulani genocide in Nigeria. This has been going on for a long time, okay? There's a couple of Christian organizations that have done some statistics. Over 6,000 people were killed last year by Boko Haram and Fulani. A lot were Christian, but the majority were women and children. This is a horrible event that the mainstream news in America won't touch because it's just too much to deal with. Or they have to talk about the Mueller investigation, or Jussie Smollett, or the Green New Deal, and that the world is ending in 12 years. When we have actual genocide going on, and they won't even show that. 120 people have been killed at the hands of extremists since February of this year. Not a talk on the news. And it's only because they want ratings and they only want to show certain stories. This is why I don't watch the mainstream news. Because they twist, they lie, or they conceal. And there's so much information on there, you don't need them. You really don't need them at all. You don't need them. Most of my news I read, and I read a ton. I was in the United States Army for 12 years as an analyst, and I have read thousands of lines of reporting, assessed many times, analyzed a lot of things. I don't need you to tell me what this thing looks like. Just give me the source and I'll come to my own conclusion. So where am I going with this? Alright. I really want to emphasize another thing is that these groups, these extremist groups, we should not, as Americans, lump them into a true world religion. Because these extremists do not fall in line with actually mainstream or mainline Islamists. They don't, okay? They don't. Now, does Islam have a particular portion in their canon where people have prescribed to violence in the past? Yes. Look, I'm no Quran theologian. I'm not. But I know that wasn't the purpose of the Quran. It wasn't to commit genocide. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. Because I know deep down inside, every world religion only spreads its message by being effective, not by being tyrannical. It just doesn't work. It will fall in on itself. That goes with religion. Look at the Reformation. The Catholic Church got out of hand, forcing people to worship God. That did not work. It doesn't work. So we cannot blend these extremists with the real deal. Okay? Radicals are radicals. Pious people are pious people. ISIS, Boko Haram, and Fulani are not religious. They're not Muslims. They do not represent what the religion of Islam represents. I am a Christian, but I can't sit here and let the mainstream media pick and choose who is right and who is wrong. We need to make the determination for ourselves. Extremists do not equal actual adherents of the Muslim faith. They do not. And the radical racists that you want to call white people or cisgender black males because they're Christian and they love their women, they're not radical or crazy either. People, we have to look at things for what they are. Tell me, can anyone answer the question why the 52 people that were killed by Fulani are getting any play, but the news media is using a story in New Zealand to blame President Trump for racism? Come on now. We are not stupid. We are not that stupid. It just tears my heart up that these people died in New Zealand and in Nigeria, but only one group gets attention. You know, the U.S. and Nigeria, we are really great trade partners. Now, the U.S. runs a very horrible trade deficit, but that's because Nigeria provides cheap labor and cheap oil. So there's a strategic relationship there, okay? Nigeria is a huge country with a very high population, but they have a very serious issue with Islamic extremists trying to take over the country, and the government of Nigeria doesn't know what to do. But why can't the media get into that instead of talking about why Donald Trump is causing racist acts in New Zealand? We're not children. We're not stupid. We can see things for ourselves. So what do you think? Are Nigerians being killed by militant Islamists less important than Muslims being killed by white nationalists in New Zealand? I don't think so. I think all the people that died in these horrendous acts are all valued the same. But the media is picking and choosing who's important, and that's not right.